Javen, take it away, man.
Put it up there so people could add the internet.
Nobody could even hear what you're. So basically, are you trying to make a what's it called auto-tune album? Because if you're trying to make an auto-tune album, that's cool. But Javen, I know that you took it personally that as people say that you talk like a.
That's still on.
Why?
Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm in such a rush. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Like T-Pain or I don't know who else was that.
But yeah, that's my Twitter. Sorry, I was wondering why everyone was laughing. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, so
I'm actually being serious. I forgot that I had that still on.
Oh, is it?
I'm being dead serious. I forgot I had that on.
Wait, so you are on social media then? So you are on Twitter then?
I just made it today, along with our football dugout one.
Oh wow! Okay, so finally, you're finally doing some work, man. Finally, man. If you're finally pushing your weights, man. Guy called you T-Pain in the cup, man. So Javen has finally joined us after so many years of hiding, being cowardly, not wanting to come through, being so shy and everything. You're finally showing yourself, man. Even if you are lacking in many areas, but it is what it is, man. So guys, look, man, it is what it is.
Whoa, stop! What am I lacking in?
So Devil isn't here with us right now.
No. Before you continue, what am I lacking in?
Answer this question.
What
am I lacking in?
I don't want to say so. Right here in front of this whole thing. Atlanta versus Napoli suspended. Okay. That's pretty crazy. So guys, look, man, this is the question and answer, man. The Devil is walking a bit late, so we unfortunately have to have Javen over here, aka at General J Ward, who is the engineer, geek, nerd, all that kind of dude, anything computer and everything. That's what this guy does. Basically, he's like the Black Peter Parker, man. Call him Peter Parker, like the Black Peter.
And Miles Morales, the actual Black Spider-Man, not the Black Peter.
Miles Morales is I don't want to go down the whole thing. Miles Morales is a white guilt creation. Give me Blade, give me Spawn, give me Al Simmons, any of those dudes. Don't give me a white guilt creation of like, oh, here you go, Black and Latino people. Here's a Spider-Man. Nah, Miles Morales is trash. He's complete trash. Always has been trash. Always will be trash. I roll with Peter Parker. Don't make a white character black. Create a black character from the bottom. Nix, don't you agree?
Yeah. Wakanda forever.
Wow, guys. So look, man, this is where we're at. So guys, thank you for sending us your questions. Obviously, I think we had some pretty good questions sent through, and that's what we're going to do from now until the hour. Building up, of course, to the games tonight, we will be answering to the best of our abilities your questions. So without further ado, let's go to our first question, man, which is, thank you very much from Astra United, aka Just Bestin, the Neymar fanboy and the Boychester Divided fanboy as well. So he says, what are the greatest EPL sides of all time and why? What are the greatest EPL sides of all time and why? I'll kick those off, man.
Top five. Let's say top five.
Top five. Look, to be honest, see, with these kind of questions, I think it helps if I had some time to build up. So I'm just going to name five off the top of my head rather than going through five because that takes time. You have to look at the Arsenal Invincible side. You have to look at this Liverpool side. You have to look at the United treble winning side. You have to look at the Mourinho Chelsea side. You have to definitely look at that Mourinho Chelsea side. And then for another one, I would say, Man City.
Of course.
Man City. Yeah, for sure. Man City.
Don't forget this Liverpool side,
What is it? No. That's I said this Liverpool side.
Okay. Because apparently.
So what's it called? The treble winning United side, Mourinho's Chelsea 05 side, like that whole era. This Liverpool side, Man City's team with under Pep, and the Invincibles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree per se, but one of them has to drop to 6 because you also missed out the Man United 08 side, the one that won the Premier League and Champions League.
But that's you. Are you calling that an all-time great EPL side?
Of course it is. It won the league in 2007, won it in 2008 with the Champions League, and won it again in 2009. The Premier League's only been won 3 times in a row, twice, and both by the Man United treble side and the Man United 08 side. So for me, both of them are in the top. For me, I have them both top 2 personally. Third on the list, I have Man City. And when I say Man City Centurions, for me, that spans over the last 2 years before this season because they defended their title. So they broke the records and then they went and defended their title. And then I have Chelsea 05, which also obviously defended their title the next season. And then it's a shootout between Invincibles and this Liverpool side for the 5th position. And I mean 5th place, not just they are 5th place. Until you defend your title, you can't chat to other teams that defend their title. So you have to speak to one-time winners. You speak to the Arsenal Invincibles, you speak to Blackburn, you speak to Leicester City. You have to defend your title before you can chat to the big boys. So I have them. Come the end of the season, I would probably put the Liverpool side in 5th ahead of the Arsenal Invincible side because this same Liverpool side with no transfers won the Champions League last year and then went and won the Premier League the year after. Whereas the Arsenal Invincible side, over even a 2-year period, they only won the 1 Premier League title. Of course, they won it in 2002 as well, but they never defended the title and they never won the Champions League. They didn't get past the quarters, I don't think, in that whole period. So come the end of the season, look at the points tallies that this Liverpool side makes and what records they break, but I'll probably have them in 5th ahead of the Invincibles.
Javan?
Man United trebles for me. I'm not going to do an order because they're all great teams. So I'm just going to answer the question and just say probably trebles because they won a treble. Very good team that was. It was, if I was to say when I was watching football, obviously I'll go for the Chelsea team because that's my team. But from what I know and what I've been told and what I've actually looked into,
what you've been told? What do you mean by what you've been told?
Okay, so obviously stop. Let me answer my question.
Your answer is based off hearsay, not what you've experienced. Okay, carry on.
As I was saying, the Man United treble. Obviously, I wasn't watching football back then, but from what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've been told.
Okay, so this is this is after you finished watching porn and then you then got into football. Got it.
Yes. If that's what you want to go with.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Oh,
if that's what you want to go with, then yes.
You just said yes. You just look, Javan, it's fine. Javan, you just said yes. You transitioned from porn to football, which is fine. It's fine. Everyone has their phase. Carry on.
I did that. So I'm telling you, that is why I would pick that team. Well, if I was to go by what I've seen, it would be between Chelsea 04, 05. The Mourinho era with Chelsea and the Man City Centurions. As much as I dislike Pep, that team, they just were unbeatable. Obviously they lost games, but
you're damn right they lost, and they also got knocked in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know, but they were just so good.
As the Mourinho team get knocked out by bloody Milan Barros and Luis Garcia, and that same Man City team got knocked out by bloody Oxlade-Chamberlain. So put some respect.
I hear that.
Fergie's boys in it. Put some respect.
I'm just saying from what I've seen with my eyes, and
you were there 2008. You saw it in 2008. You saw Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, Berbatov get into back-to-back Champions League final. Come on, man.
You're not listening. Look,
you saw
like
it.
I said,
you saw it.
Hardly. I didn't really watch it then. I told you I watched football from once I got into college. So that was after that. I did remember seeing like obviously the penalty kick with like John Terry and all that, but I wasn't into football. I wasn't. I wasn't into football.
Sit you down and you're gonna watch Premier League years from 1992 right through to 2020. That's what every summer. That's what I used to do every summer. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
I'm fine with doing that.
We're gonna revisit this question once you watch the.
So okay, so Javan, so what was your number one team that you said? Number one EPL.
Okay, I'm gonna go by what I've seen and what I've witnessed. I'd have to say the Centurions. Sorry, Man United trebles, because I haven't seen it. So I have to go for the Centurions.
With the Centurions, who's that? The United side? Who?
Man City. Yeah.
Oh, Man City. Oh, okay.
Centurions.
All right. No, that's fair. That is fair. So just best in Super Chat. Thank you, bro. He says, Nick's thoughts on Brixie losing to Southam. I have no idea who Brixie are. I have no idea.
I understand this question.
So therefore, you just wasted a thing there because nobody knows who those teams are. So just best in next time, if you want to say who you want, I have to tell you because Brixie, I've never heard of a team called Brixie in my life before. So best then you lose there. So next question from Sammy. Thank you much for asking your question, dear sir, Mr. Sammy. He says, do you guys think before we go through it, we'll keep reminding you of this. Remember to join up in the Patreon. The link is below in the description box. Remember to become a patron. Support your boys. If you love this content, show that you love this content by joining up and becoming a patron using the link below in the description box. Patreon.com/footballdogger. Let's live. So Sammy says, do you think a 3-team title race is a myth? The only ones I can remember is the 13-14 La Liga and EPL and this season Serie A. Since I started watching football in auto, I can't really remember any 3-team title race. I personally think every league has 2 teams title race 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, you see, what you have normally is initially like a 3-horse race, maybe like for a few months. I remember, basically for a brief period. Actually, no. See, the last time I remember a 3-horse race, I think was the season that City won, where Liverpool came close because it was Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City.
Yeah.
But then Chelsea then messed up against Sunderland in the subsequent game, and then it then became. But that was like a 3-horse race with like just a few games left. But mostly what you have is like a 3-horse race for like a few months. Then it then gets whittled down to a 2-horse race. But I've said before, in the domestic league these days, it's pretty much a 1-horse race. Nix?
Before I answer the question, I just need to make it clear, everyone, if you didn't know already, I Test Before Stats is not a Man United fan. He's a troll.
Wait, who?
I Test Before Stats. He's not a Man United fan. He's a troll. Just making it clear. Now, freehold, I agree. Generally, it is a 2-horse race. The last one I remember, as you said, 2014, there was Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City were in that, and you see by the end of it. But also, to be fair, the Leicester one. Now, it's a tough one because people say Spurs came third in a 2-horse race because come the end of it, Arsenal finished second. So if Spurs were in the race, Arsenal in the race. And I remember when Danny Welbeck scored that last-minute winner. I think it was on like Valentine's Day. I remember we were down at the grounds. And to beat Leicester at the Emirates 2-1, everyone was like, yeah, Arsenal in this race. This is our year after all these years are hurt, blah, 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 blah. And they lost it. So as much as Spurs were in the race, Arsenal were in the race as well. So yeah, that's the last one I remember.
What the fuck? Oh, wait. Sorry, no, sorry. I mean, Javan.
What happened?
Javan, go. No. I just saw some messed up stuff.
Yeah, I was pointing to that. Support the football dugout. I don't know what
No.
Hope was.
Answer the question.
I think I agree with him. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of teams in it. It may look like it at first for like, first few weeks, could be a figure. And then teams just drop off and it ends up being maybe a 2-horse like last season. The last one I do remember was that same one with Liverpool, Chelsea, and City, but then City went on to win it. So yeah, you hardly get those. You hardly get those anymore.
Quick question. You know off the top of your head more than me. When Atletico Madrid won the title, Was that the 2-horse race between them and Barca or Real Madrid or what? I can't remember now.
I mean, I think Real Madrid were locking, but I think it was definitely more so a 2-horse between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. Basically, when it came down to it, it was either going to be Barcelona or Atletico Madrid to win.
Okay.
So Real Madrid has sort of whittled away by then, so it was really between them. Okay. All right. Daniel Henkel.
I don't even know what that is, but it just sounds funny.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Javan. Yes, you do. Half
No, I
definitely
don't.
watches Blacked, shakes my head. Well, Daniel, sorry to disappoint you. I don't watch Blacked. Okay, sorry. I watch action movies, I watch sci-fi, I watch cartoons, and I watch educational things as well. So,
Daniel, can
yeah.
you tell us what Blacked is? I don't know what that is.
Daniel, don't tell us what's Blacked is. Thank you. So, Javan, you know exactly what Blacked is.
I
and, okay,
actually
that's
don't
the
know
stuff that you
what
watch.
it is. That is why I'm asking.
No, so aren't
Are
we
you in
definitely-
my
aren't we
mind?
married?
Do you know my mind?
Aren't you married?
All I suggest
Aren't you married?
is to search it
Don't you have kids?
incognito. Search it incognito.
So, from Marshall FC, thank you very much for your question here, man. It says, when will you start respecting United and Ole? Never.
Was
Javan?
that a question? Is that
It's a
question
question, when-
directly to you? Because I never disrespected United.
He didn't.
Paul.
He did well. He didn't direct at anybody. So respond to it. When will you? So do you respect United and Ole, Javan?
Yes. And I say this because before, when we were doing Fan Park Live and just in general, I've always said this Man United team is not bad. It's just been riddled with injuries and a bit of poison inside the camp. But, you know, well, that's a discussion for another time. But this Man United team is not bad at all. And in terms of the signings that they were doing over time, when you actually look at them, they're really good signings. They're really, really good, in my opinion, anyway. And Bruno was the key that just put it all together. Because look, they've been having this season hasn't been great for them. You saw moments of glimpses, but when we saw them all on the pitch, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, that front three of Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, literally, and since they've all played together, they have looked so much better. That is the Man United team like I want to see. Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I want to see good teams. I don't, because it just doesn't look good if the big six, as they would say, and then you got some of them looking really bad. It just doesn't look good on the league. So I'm glad to finally see it all clicking together for Man United in terms of in the football sides of it. But yeah, I rate Man United and Ole.
Okay, Nix.
Well, yeah, obviously we know that I rate Man United, especially since this season specifically we had massive injuries to key players. Our squad isn't great, but our first 11 and the one we're seeing now is good. But we haven't had, like, Pogba hasn't been available all year. Bruno obviously came in January. Martial's been out for 8 weeks at a time. Rashford was out from like mid-January until lockdown, basically. So we've never had a consistent team actually out there to challenge with, whatever we're trying to do. So I think we've done well to even still be in the race as it stands for top 4, of course that is. As far as Solskjaer goes, and I spoke to Forward and Ramsey about this yesterday on our channel after the Brixie versus Southampton match, and I was like, we've got 3 managers: Arteta, Solskjaer, and Lampard. All of them are none of them are experienced at this level. Solskjaer, yes, we know he's managed Cardiff before. Lampard was at Derby last season, but this is really their biggest jobs at this level, and I just want to see them given time. So I respect and I'm willing to give time to Solskjaer because I think we've gone down one route already with certain managers and chopping heads off after a short period of time. That I'm not willing to do that again. So Solskjaer, of course, has to prove that he's a winner. Go and win something, whether it's FA Cup, Europa League this year, and we know how much I've hope rates the Europa League. So once
Mhm.
Europa League, I think you put him up there with all your other great managers like Uncle Mo and that, isn't it?
Okay. By the way, so Napoli are drawing with Atlanta 0-0, and Tottenham are losing to Sheffield United 1-0. So please pray for my boy Uncle Mo. Thank you. Thank you very much for asking question. Chronicler. He says, if Barcelona fails to land Neymar and Mbappe, economical issues, who do you guys think are the options for them in the attack who can coexist with Messi? Because it seems like the problem for them to find a player like that, Coutinho, Usman, Grease, Malcolm, they couldn't. See, I've always said this, and see, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. But I've always said that Isco is someone who could really work well for Barcelona. And I think Isco would fit in very well with the psychology of how they want to play and how they want to move the ball. But this is the key thing here. The mistake Barcelona have been making is let's coexist with Messi, let's coexist with Messi, let's coexist with Messi, rather than let us just totally dynamically change the entire team. We can't keep, because I think football has evolved past the whole tiki-taka, pass, intricate thing. So Messi is super talented and he always will be. But I think that Messi needs to sort of take a step back and be like, you know what? Time to adapt my game, alter my game bits, and let's just try to refresh this team. So the issue is that managers are coming in and they're being subservient upon the whole Messi way. And the Messi way was built upon the Xavi Iniesta era, and with Busquets getting a lot older. So I think it would be better if Barcelona invested in players and in a team that has a radically different system that Messi can help amplify, rather than building everything around Messi. That's my thing.
You know who I think they should go for? Aubameyang.
Well, they've been interested. They've been interested in him.
Aubameyang's got 1 year left in his contract. He's already proved that he can play. Obviously, we know he's a world-class striker. He's already proved that he can play out wide. So he definitely fits into a Barcelona three-man attack, wherever you decide to put him. Griezmann, the less said about that, the better. We know what's going on there. He has no future at Barcelona, especially under this manager anyway. We saw the fact that he came off the bench for 2 minutes against his former club. How embarrassing was that? So for me, Aubameyang will be a brilliant signing for them. He knows a proven goal scorer. He can play on the left, can play through the middle. And can he coexist with Messi? Well, I mean, as long as Messi's putting the balls through, Aubameyang's running onto it. So I think that would be a perfect signing for them. And it ain't going to be, even though he's a big player, it's not going to be this lavish, outlandish, 150 million that they've been spending recently on Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann. Ridiculous. 50 million with 1 year left on his contract, that will probably do it.
Giovanni?
They need to stop building around Messi. He's getting on. Yes, he's a brilliant player, but
he's getting on. So you're saying he's trash. So you say Messi is trash. What you said?
I said Messi is getting on.
He's getting old fogey, old useless piece of crap. Got it. Can't continue.
He's getting on in age, and they need to build up a new team. Like it's just this era is done for Barcelona, and they need to stop living off that era. It's finished now. Football's changed. As I said, Messi's getting older. Instead of letting Arthur go and getting in Griezmann, stop playing for Messi. Build a team for what's coming next. Upgrade your team, change it, and then let Messi adapt to whatever you're changing it to. Because he's a brilliant player, Messi, and I'm pretty sure if you change up the system a little, then he would adapt to it and he'll be able to play it. But if you keep playing for, all for Messi, it's just going to be a problem because there isn't any other players on his level.
You ask why, Javan? Why?
Why what?
Well, he just says why.
Why
I don't
what?
get it. Why Javan what? Why Javan?
Okay, well, you don't want to respond.
I did not. Okay, hold on.
I think you said
everyone in the comments. I did not say Messi is trash. That is just have hope stirring things. I just looked up.
I think he's saying why, but you've answered it already. I think
You said Messi is an old piece of worthless piece.
No,
of
that's
crap.
not what I said. That's what you
So,
said. That's what you said.
all right, fine. No.
So I was just looking through the comments. They said why Javan because they fought. Yeah, they fought. They thought I had said that he was trash. No, he's not trash. That's just have hope stirring again.
What are we gonna do with you?
No, look, I'm just here spouting truth, man. Here spouting. If you can't handle the truth, I don't know what we can do, man. Let's see what this guy is saying. From CFC Realist with a picture of Francis Lampard. Would you rather a trash defense and a good goalkeeper, or a trash goalkeeper and a good defense? 100% all day, every day. I would rather have a. This is interesting. I was about to say one thing, but I said, wait a minute. So
it's 2-0, apparently. Got going.
We're 2-0 to Sheffield. Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Uncle Moon, man, we love you, baby. Uncle Moon will always love you. 2010. 2010. I don't care what anyone says. 2010. 2010. Show me your treble. He will always be a GOAT. No matter what, for what he did. First of all, he was robbed off that CL for Chelsea that Liverpool cheated him out of, and he also won a treble. He redefined football. I'll always love you, man. What's it called? He won. Look, that's what I'm going to say. So back to this guy saying, would you rather a trash defense and a good goalkeeper, or a trash goalkeeper? And you see, for me, I would probably lean towards a trash goalkeeper and a good defense. And the reason why I'm going to do that is there is only so much a goalkeeper can do. Because you can keep on piling. Because remember, you didn't say a superhuman goalkeeper. You said a good goalkeeper. The thing with that is that, see, both things are problematic, but it's either or. So the reason why I would go with a trash goalkeeper and a good defense is because that defenders, they don't know that a guy back there is trash. So a really good defense can pretty much limit you to maybe 1 or 2 shots on target. And I've seen really good defenders that say, like, you literally don't have any shots on target. So literally, a trash goalkeeper, he can maybe make 1 or 2 saves, but 5 or 6 saves, no. But if you're not saying a trash defense, you're looking at 10, 15 shots on target. 10, 15 shots on target, they're scoring. It is very unlikely over 90 minutes, a good goalkeeper will be able to come away with a clean sheet with 10, 15 shots on target with what a trash defense will give you. Nix?
That's the thing, because I was thinking, good goalkeeper. It's not the same as a world class or, as you said, superhuman. We had for a couple seasons with David De Gea when he was at his peak, we had a trash defense and a superhuman goalkeeper. He would man in a match, like game after game, which means that you got a trash defense. Because how is he saving so many shots every game? But that can only last for so long. And if it's a good goalkeeper, he's not going to make that high volume number of saves or that quality of saves on a regular basis. You have to stop it at source, innit? So for me, definitely good defense, trash goalie, and you have to know your goalkeeper's limitations. And so you say if it's from a corner, he's trash. All right, we'll protect the goalkeeper so the opposition can't do X, Y, Z. You just have to. If you got a trash defense, that's 4 players basically. That's 4 players who are useless on the pitch. You can't protect that. You can't protect against that.
Giovanni?
Same as everyone. It makes much sense to have good defenders because they would limit the chances. And a trash goalkeeper should be able to save something. So, if you had a trash defense, there's only so much shots you can save after a while. So yeah, I'd say a good defenders.
All right.
Being Chelsea fans, you got both, innit? Trash defenders.
Yeah. Trash defenders and trash.
From your boy Beston says, stop bullying Javan. Brixie are getting Europa. I don't know who Brixie are. But shout out to them. And I don't bully Javan. Everything is all in good nature here. We're all lovely friends here, man. So there is no bullying. I don't believe in bullying.
It's got very, very desperate for Mourinho that he's even brought on Undembele. And we know how much you don't like Undembele. So desperate times.
Oh, we have a question here from a friend of the show. From Devon. So shout out to your boy Devil, Senor Q. If Messi and Ramos were Scottish, Mbappe and VVD Irish, Neymar and KDB Irish, Pogba and Christina Welsh.
Northern Irish.
Oh, so sorry. Neymar and KDB were Northern Irish, Pogba and Christina were Welsh. Considering their current players, which nation would fare best? Aha, now this is a really good question. See, Devil, he's always with this clever thing is considering their current players, which nation would fare best at the international tournaments? Okay, let me think about this.
Let me go. Let me go while you.
Okay, go for it.
So if you look at Scotland are trash. Like, when's the last time Scotland reached any international tournament? The last one I remember is 1998 World Cup. They're trash. So Messi and Ramos, they're not saving. They're not saving. Mbappe and VVD for Ireland. Ireland's got a decent team. Ireland aren't a bad team. They've never been a real bad team when you consider everything. But I question VVD plays for Netherlands. And Netherlands can't even qualify for every tournament. So is he really going to be that good to bring Ireland from obscurity into international tournament?
Yeah, this is all.
What do you think about Mbappe?
Mbappe is very good. He is. Neymar, KDB, Northern Irish. Again, Northern Ireland, similar but better than Scotland. So I don't think the effect is going to be the same. Now I have to go Pogba and Ronaldo because Wales, without them, are already qualified for tournaments. And as we saw in 2016, get into the semi-finals. Now imagine if Ronaldo was on the team with Wales against Portugal in 2016. They would have got to that final. We know obviously Ronaldo scored to get Wales, get Portugal into that final. You got Ronaldo on the left, Bale on the right, Pogba behind, with obviously Hal Robertson Kanu through the middle. That's a awesome foursome right there.
Awesome foursome, my God.
Hal Robertson Kanu.
No. I think no. Nix is right. Because again, it's like
someone
Wales
Scotland. Someone said Scotland would have Messi, Ramos, Gilmore, McTominay, and Robertson.
So, man.
Well, quality.
No. Because see, this is the issue. The issue is that forget the Messi and Ramos squad. Messi, we've known, is impotence outside of Barcelona. So Messi anywhere out of Barcelona, we know that's not happening. You see, the Wales thing, it makes sense because look, Wales already reached a Euro semi with only Gareth Bale and Ramsey, but really only Gareth Bale. So if you now put Pogba in there, Cristiano in there with Bale, with Ramsey, and the team is already pretty decent, they would easily go far. Basically, the team that would do the worst or have very little effects is Scotland. Northern Ireland, that would be interesting. Like, what could Neymar and basically they wouldn't be able to do as much as well, but Neymar and KDB in Northern Ireland, that would be interesting. Scotland, forget it. Like Messi, like useless. They're half zero effects. Ireland, not enough. So yeah.
KDB makes Hazard look good for Belgium, so I guess what you could do with the Northern Ireland team.
He's under review, isn't it? So
is he?
Did he make a video?
What? What?
I'm fishing.
Yeah, look, man, put that hook back, man. But no, that was a good question. That was a good question. All right, let's hit this one. I think this one is quite violent. From Sean CG, who would win in a fight between HH or Javan? As I believe Javan will snap after HH's constant bullying. Hashtag the football dugout. Now, let me just start by saying, let me land. First of all, I'm not a violent person. I do not promote violence, and I think that us as Black brothers and people should not promote violence against one another. As Black brothers, we should stand together, especially if there's a race war. especially if there is a race. So I think it's important that we come together as units. So I will not promote any kind of violence towards my fellow brother and my fellow man. So that's and that is it. Although I'll say this though, I have got a very long temper, and if it snaps, I can be extremely violent. But that's if my very long temper snaps. Javen, do you care to answer this very abrasive, aggressive question?
No, man, we need to stick together. What I will address it though, to everyone in the comments. I'm allowing HH to be like this because I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he feels a certain way. I don't know, but I'm allowing him. It maybe makes him feel powerful that he that I can come on his show and then he can just find someone to pick on because Devil and Neeks always seem to put him in his place. So now he feels. I make him feel like he has someone.
No. Stop right
to
there. Stop
get
right
onto
there.
because
Stop
everyone
right
in the
there.
comments they
throw
no
shade.
hold on.
I call Nix the
Let me finish.
Shave. I call him Four Eyes.
Man's
How many
trying
times
to
do I
finish.
call Nix
It's
Four Eyes?
man's
I'll call him
trying
Four
to-
Eyes.
Let me
after
finish.
Shave.
Can he land?
I would like to
Nix
finish,
is
please.
stuck in the early 90s.
Can he land?
I would like to finish, please. Thank you. And so as I was saying, these guys in the comment, they always say, "Oh yeah, LL," they love Devil, they love Neeks, they love it. So now I know why you said, I have to come on because you want me to come on so you can get at me. You want to bully me because I don't know as much as you, so you can just get on to me, But I will tell you from now, I am not phased. So it's fine. Carry on. You know what? I actually want it. I actually want you to continue because
from henceforth, I'm going to now start being overtly nice to you. That's what from henceforth. I'll now. I told you because I told you this is the new HH. So I'm going to be. So Javen, I hope everything is fine. So Javen, are there any other things that you would like to address for this thing? Or so forth. If not,
I'm just
fine.
saying.
No, Javel, I was just wondering whether
You just said, "Am I finished?" And I
to...
am not. So I am going to finish now. Okay. You can continue doing as you please.
Easy, very quickly. I'll give it very quickly. All you people that say that Javen sounds like a female or he sounds like a transvestite, you are sick, you are rude, and you're very, very abusive. I think that is a very, very disgusting way to talk about someone else. And you wouldn't say it to his face. Because all you guys are just keyboard warriors. So never call this guy a transvestite or it sounds like a female because you just said it because you're hiding behind a keyboard. You would never dare say that to his face. You sick, sad, disgusting, filthy people.
Can you tell us who said it, by the way?
Javen. Oh no! Don't worry. I mean, I can't remember the names, but anytime I see them, I will expose them. I will not have that disgusting, rancid, sick thing said about someone else. This guy's married with kids, man. Javen, please talk.
But yeah, that's all I have to say on that. So, but we're not fighting. It's all love. It's fun. It's engaging. It's entertaining for the show. So if that's what he wants to do, he can do.
Guys, we'll get them in the ring. Maybe a special for the patron. So make sure you sign up to that, and we get them in the ring. They can fight out.
Wait. So Nix, you're promoting people to pay for two black men to fight each other.
Ain't that what they do already? Like,
wait, Nix. Wait, Nix. I thought you were conscious. I thought you were on this whole Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X thing, and you're literally telling people, mostly white people, to pay money to watch two black people beat each other up. Nix, you have regressed the struggle back 100 years, bro.
Boxing centers around two black guys punching the living daylights of each other, and they make a hell of a lot of money from it. So I'm just trying to eat, innit? I just want some cheddar. Can I?
Okay. So guys, look. Last 20 minutes or so we could give you guys now. Send in your questions. Send in any questions you want from us, and we'll go through 20 minutes. So remember, guys, while you send in your questions, we'll answer any questions. Remember to sign up for the Patreon. So Nick's, you've posted some United crap on
well, you lot tell me, have you lot posted it? I've done. Let's see. I got Ollie Watch 4 games in. Obviously the first one was a draw, and all I can say is in it. I ain't gonna spoil it, but all I can say is Solskjaer is in my good books right now. He's in my good books. So all you Man United fans and all you
Ollie Watch is like a biased thing that only says good things about Ollie and not the bad things about how he's a rookie and not stuff. It's just only good things.
Nothing biased at all. Judging him on his lineup and the way we're playing and the result, of course, that's the most important thing for any manager. Yeah, so Ollie Watch is out there. I don't know what else you lot have uploaded. You lot tell me. Devil's Donuts is not up there yet.
Okay. Let's see. I think there was one.
Yeah, Devil's Donuts is up there. He sent one video in, so we got that. We put our all-time Barcelona team, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United combined, Premier League combined, and yeah, Neeks' video should be up today. When someone sends me the links.
Apparently, 3-0 Sheffield.
They're getting Uncle Mo is getting lubricated. Please say it ain't so, man. Please say it ain't
so. It is so. Oliver McBurney.
Damn.
What?
And I was just checking that it is peak. Who scored?
Oliver McBurney or something like that.
Oh, McBurney. Yeah, Oliver McBurney. Yikes. Yikes.
Spurs are in 9th.
Yeah, it's peak. It's rough.
Yeah, look. I warned Uncle Mo not to go to Tottenham. I warned him. So, Nix, when are you going to drop a fade?
Is you talking about like, as in like after deck someone fade, or you mean just like on my trim?
I actually thought it was actually a more of like a haircut thing. So
4th of July, Independence Day for all. Barbers are open. I can free myself from this lockdown look.
Also, barbers are actually open from 4th of July.
4th of July. I've messaged my
barbers done been open.
Yeah. Some of you illegal barbers, I might have to call Boris on you lot doing little shady thing. But yeah, for my barber opens 4th of July. So yeah, come the 5th, guys, you're gonna see a new me. I might even be bolder than HH.
Then says Nix is moving like Don King now.
That's why I got the hair. I got to make use of the hair while his hair makes some money, isn't it?
No. But, okay, so when was the last time that you actually had like not an afro?
2020. What were we in? 2020, 2016, September 2016. I remember when I went Cavos. My hair and my beard was low, and I've pretty much been growing it since then. Obviously, I've cut it, but like I haven't really cut it low ever since then.
Okay, let me see. If Chelsea win the Champions League this season, will you go fully bald? Basically, how about this? If Chelsea win the Champions League this season, shave your hair fully bald, shave your entire beard, shave your eyebrows.
That's disgusting. Just thinking about doing that. But yes, I am happy. If the second leg of the Champions League is played, and Chelsea play that second leg and then go on to win the Champions League, I will shave everything on my face off. So hair, beard, mustache, eyebrows, all gone.
Thoughts on if Klopp wins the World Cup with Germany? No, first of all, would he ever take up the role as German national manager, though? That's the thing, man.
Would he? Well, you know what? I don't know. Okay, so it's so hard to answer that question. You know, there's certain managers who really like the day-to-day and others who can do without. But what I would say, if he was to do that, then I think you have to start talking about him in terms of like the likes of Vicente Del Bosque, who's done it at international level and at club level. To be the greatest of all time, it's so difficult because there's managers out there who have been consistently winning for decades and decades. So for him to be the greatest, he has to really do something extraordinary. So, you know, as I said, Del Bosque won the World Cup and the European Championship, won Champions League with Real Madrid, for example. But it'll be interesting if he was to. I mean, if you win it with Germany, winning the World Cup is always a good achievement. But win it with Northern Ireland, isn't it? Win it with, or you know, win it with Scunthorpe.
Thank you. Javan?
I already Klopp is a great manager, man. I put him above Pep. So if he does win it, then yeah, he becomes one of the greatest.
Okay. Gatlock says, sorry, Bricklock says, hasn't been double this week inducting Zad and Mourinho. Who says I'm inducting Mourinho? According to who?
At what point do you induct Mourinho?
When you do it a treble, you can't you are induction proof. You're induction proof.
So Pep is just a clarify. Pep is induction proof as well.
Checkbook manager. Everything he won was given to him.
He's done a treble.
With or without Messi.
He would done a
with or without a guy who is perhaps the greatest player of us. And who beat Pep? Who was that? Who? With no world class players. Who was that? I think it was your boy Nkumu.
Your rule was if you win a treble, you can't be inducted. Pep has a treble, but you're saying can he be inducted?
His treble is an anomaly because his treble was with Messi. So it was a cheat code. He has a treble with a cheat code. Win it without Messi, then we can talk. Until you win it without Messi, Pep is a roadman manager. What do you think about Bayern now? They are the Champions League top favorites. Now, let's be serious. They also have signalized interest in Havertz. So do you think Bayern Munich deserves to be called Champions League favorites if they have not actually faced any top teams yet?
So we're just clarifying that Chelsea is not a top team. I like that one. That's what you
believe.
Yeah, I think they can. Well, you believe it. You said they haven't faced any top teams yet, so I'm just clarifying that we're on the same page here. Or Brixie, as I should say. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, because the only teams that have played the top teams are Real Madrid and PSG. So I think it's unfair to label them that. You know, you can only judge on what they've done, and they battered Chelsea at the Bridge. They've got probably the most informed player, or at least forward in world football right now, and their confidence must be high. I mean, I know their league is a bit easy, very easy for them, especially when they can just poach all the best players from their rivals. But I think they're rightly Champions League favourites. I really do.
Javan, why do you have a scowl on your face?
No, I was just reading the comments. Just going through the comments.
Okay, so answer the question then, please.
I think they are favourites because of how they turned their season around in Germany. So I think that's why they're favourites now.
But they think they deserve to be called European favourites, even if they've not really faced a Man City, a Barcelona, and so forth.
Well, favourites they go on favourites by the the form of the team, how they're playing. So even though they haven't, you can only beat what's in front of you, as people say. So I can see why people are calling them favourites, but my favourites are still Real Madrid.
Real Madrid?
What?
Real Madrid?
Wait.
So, okay, hold on. Stop. Right. Let me.
Okay,
hold on. So you see how Bayern had a bad start, and now they're in their flow and things are going well. But it's okay to call them favourites. Real Madrid didn't have the best start, and now they're looking great. But it's not okay to call them favourites because they lost.
No. But look at the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
They are 2-1 down against Man City, and those are 2 away goals for Man City.
That's the
Liverpool was 4-0 down or 3-0 down. Tottenham were down. Teams have been down.
Liverpool were 3-0
PSG
down.
PSG were down.
Liverpool were 3-0 down and then went back home. PSG were 4-1 up and or Barcelona were 4-1 down, or whatever it was, and went back home. Real Madrid are 2-1 down and are then going away to a top Man City.
Oh, actually, on that point. So I just read. So basically, UEFA have said that if Manchester isn't safe enough to play, that match will be played in Lisbon.
I did hear because Real Madrid were asking to play in a neutral venue, but obviously they're just doing that. They're just doing that to try and get an advantage because they don't believe that Manchester's not safe. They don't care. But I think either way, I can't see Man City losing a 2-1 away victory. I can't see it, Javan.
And also,
I hear that. I really hear that. But I'm just, if we're going by, their favourites because of how they've turned around their form, I would have to say the same for Real Madrid. I know they are down but comebacks happen. Liverpool weren't going to win the Champions League against AC Milan. They came back and won. Comebacks can happen. So,
thoughts on Samuel Eto'o being the only player to win back-to-back trebles? P.S. Pep racist. Do you know how? Do you know? I believe he's.
Wait. So what you're telling me is that Pep won the treble with Eto'o, sent him to Jose to go win the treble. So what you're telling me is that Jose owes Pep that treble. That's what you're telling me. Let's clarify that for me.
No, he doesn't.
So Pep technically has 2 trebles, and Jose would just mask. I see it now. It makes sense. I get it now. I understand that.
That is brick. That is tier 1 brick logic, bro.
Pep
I wonder why Eto'o's.
Your turn, Jose. Your turn. You have Eto'o now. I did what I need to do with him. You have. Okay, fair enough.
Any reasons why Pep sent Eto'o away?
Because he's an idiot.
No, like it is the worst swap deal of all time because he brought in Ibrahimovic and he gave Inter Milan Eto'o. And the funny thing is that Ibrahimovic was problematic for Inter Milan. And once they just go rid of Ibrahimovic, the team just played a lot better. And it's actually allowed Milito to come into his own. So it was, basically, it doesn't make any sense. Which is why people have alluded with the whole Pep thing because of what he did to Toure, what he did with Eto'o and so forth. But then again, you're like, well, Sterling, he is responsible for Sterling being as good as he is, So I don't think he's racist per se, but people have said a few things. So maybe just to round off here because people have been asking. So first, look, I didn't even want to do a preview on this because it's like this match doesn't really mean anything because Liverpool have already won the league. City know that they've already secured second. So all this is about is for pride and for Liverpool wanting to go for the record. So what I'm interested in seeing is that how hard will Liverpool play in this game and subsequent games is that how seriously do they want to get the record? Because if I was Klopp or Liverpool players, guys, let's go for the record. Let's aim to win all the games and really go down in history as, call us one of the greatest Premier League sides. See, because if Liverpool break the record now, then we can have a conversation about them. And for single season, we're going to have a conversation about them and the Invincibles. That's the thing. Because you can say, oh, they drew 12 games, they drew 15 games. At the end of the day, they went through an entire season unbeaten. No one ever did that. That's how it starts. So now, but Liverpool say, okay, cool, we were beaten, but we accumulated the most points ever. Then it's like, all right, let's hold them both up. Which do you prefer? The most points ever or no team ever beats us? So that's why I want to, because so the record is Man City.
Yeah, 100 points.
Okay, so nobody has gotten more than 100.
Oh yeah, Man City got 100 exactly on the last day of the season. Actually, it was the last kick of the last day of the season because Jesus scored in the 90th minute to get the 100.
Okay, so do you think Liverpool break the record?
I'm gonna say yes, but I think this game will tell me where their heads are at. Because after you win it, I've seen Man United win it a lot of times, and once you've won it, it's like, well, I don't need to run as hard. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. Obviously, in some cases, you got international tournaments in the summer, so it's like, well, we don't need to try as hard because we don't want to get injured or whatever it may be, and then the manager might rotate, bring in players who haven't played much or players that need to get a certain amount of games to get a trophy, etc., etc. So this game will tell me whether Liverpool players are saying we're going to go hell for leather for the trophy or for the record, should I say?
Javan, what do you feel Liverpool will break the record or they'll maybe fall just short?
I have a feeling that they will. The reason why, I don't know. I'm not in the change room, but from what I see, I feel like the players give their all for Klopp. I'm not saying that no other players give their all for other managers, but I just they just have this thing about them where it's like Klopp is they just really love Klopp and they really play for him. Like they really wanted this so bad. So I feel like they probably will break that record. And obviously because I feel like they now have this rivalry with City now. So I feel like they definitely would want to beat those points. They even though they've won the because in all honesty, they won the title how long ago, and they still are winning games. So it doesn't. They were not gonna lose from now to the end of the season. So they had already won it before this whole pandemic happened. So and they still were winning their games. So I feel like they'll probably go on and do it.
I don't know.
You know what's funny? Before you go there, you know what's funny? When Liverpool, I lost my train of thought. Read the question. My train of thought. Bloody hell.
Okay, let me know. So, Juve went invincible in 2012, and they did it twice, by the way. And that was actually go to my point. I believe they actually went invincible twice. Yet they don't bang on Arsenal in 04 lost 6 games. Now, Juve, I believe, went invincible twice. I believe they were unbeaten twice. If not, okay, definitely they won it once. How many times have Juventus won Syria? They're about to win it 9 times in a row. I don't care about last year in Milan. They're about to win it 9 times in a row because we won 10. We won 10. We won 10. We won 10. The fact that in the Premier League, look at how many different winners have been in the Premier League. Despite what Liverpool have done this season and so forth, of the top tier leagues, the Premier League is the most competitive. Of the top tier leagues, if you want, it's France, Germany, and so forth. So the fact that Arsenal have done something that no other team has done, and in what is now the most competitive league amongst the top leagues, that is more credible than Juventus doing it. A team who have won it 8 times in a row, going on to 9. So yes, Arsenal should bang on about it because, like, until someone does what we've done, we will keep on going on about it. So yeah.
No, yes, it's a great achievement. Like if we're talking about achievements alone, it's probably as a single Premier League season, it's probably the most outstanding achievement. You know, whether that team is the greatest or not is a much longer, much more complete debate. But as an achievement, I think that's something that we probably never thought we'd ever see. So when it happened, it was like, whoa, 100 points. I'm not saying 100 points is not possible, but teams have got 95 points. Teams have got 93. So it's like, oh, if we just won a game or two more, we would have. Whereas if you lose, like most of these teams that don't go unbeaten, they lose early on the season. So that record's not even there for the taking. There's no possibility to get it because you've lost after game week 6, for example. Whereas to keep going, knowing that, and that's why the whole draws thing as well, because Arsenal won the league with games to spare. And after that, they were like, all right, let's try go unbeaten now. So some of those draws, if they were aiming for a certain amount of points, they would have tried to go to win. If they lost early in the season, those draws at the back end of the season would have been wins because they would have just kept going to get the 3 points. But they were going for the record of we don't want to lose any game. So,
okay. So again, we'll see what happens. But just maybe this is like a good one to round off. What would you rather have, as either a manager or a player, go invincible or have a points record?
Unless it's a perfect points record, i.e., win 38 games, which therefore is unbeaten anyway, I would want to go invincible. Invincible cannot be beaten. You can only match it. A points record is there to be broken. And Liverpool might. So Man City got 100 points and they were like, yeah, we're the first team to do it. And 2 years later, Liverpool might beat it. Invincible cannot be beaten. You can only match it.
Yeah. No, for me, I think that with Invincible, I just think there's something about that just sounds cool. Okay, fair enough. We drew it. You never beat us. It's two things. You never beat us, but we won the league. Now, you can go invincible and not win the league, then it's okay, what's the point? But it's like, nobody ever, in 38 games, no one ever beat us. And we were champion. There's just something cooler and better than that. Okay, we had the most points record, but so a few teams beat us twice. Because even just saying, I was invincible. You never beat us. No one was ever able to get more goals than us. Javen?
Yeah, Invincibles. If you win the league, that is, or else it's pointless being invincible, not winning nothing. So yeah.
Imagine
Sorry,
you
say that again.
imagine you draw every game, 38 points, and get relegated. You're invincible in the championship.
So it
Oh
depends
my
what
God.
type of invincible that goes
Look,
alongside of it. Yeah,
And look,
the points are
I'm saying
impressive.
this, that
but, yeah.
you know what? Looking at how things have been unfolding, I don't know how it will fall, but I believe that you see, it's Wolves are just the thing that doesn't annoy me, because I think third and fourth might be occupied by Chelsea United. I just don't know in what order, but I can't ignore Wolves. You can't ignore Wolves. I think Leicester City have just like this. The COVID thing was the worst thing to happen to Leicester City.
Yep.
If that
Yep.
didn't happen, I think Leicester would have secured that. I think this has just messed them up. I think for me,
It's a tough one.
Wolves, United, and Chelsea are going to be fighting for this.
It's
Yeah,
a tough one.
they were on momentum.
No, but Leicester were already on a bad run before. They weren't as bad as
How
now.
many, so how many games did they? So
They've-
how?
Listen, they've only won, I think it's like 2 or 3 games since Boxing Day. Since Liverpool slapped them, they've only won like 2 or 3 games. So they were already on a bad run. They had just beat Aston Villa before the lockdown, which was Vardy's first goal since December. So I do believe they would stay in the top 4 in the end if there was no break, but it wouldn't have been like, oh, they're definitely it's clear. I do think they would have got there though. I think the break has been good to Chelsea because Chelsea were on a bad run. They were on a very, very shaky run at the time. And now they got all those players back. Man United, I was worried because we were on a good run. We were 11 games unbeaten. We had Spurs coming up. That was like a certain win for me, blah, blah, blah. And even that's without Rashford and Pogba. So I was thinking, how are we going to come back after the break? But we've just kind of just picked up where we left off, plus Pogba and Rashford. So, yeah, I think
you're even better now, in my opinion.
Yeah, we are better now. I thought it could go the other way, but we are better now.
Because
All right, guys.
midfield.
Well, let's see what this Liverpool City guys can say, as well as Real Madrid and Getafe. Guys, peace out. Stay tuned. Remember, guys, support the Dugout. Link is below in the description box. Patreon.com/football dugout. Remember to follow. Remember to Devon and Nick's their Twitter handles are below at Nick's Kwamaina and at General J Ward. Follow the general, man. Follow the general, man. Follow the general. So, guys, any final words before we get out of here?
Shout out Michael Antonio. Shout out Yarmolenko. Shout out David Moyes.
Javen, any final words? Javen, any final words before we get out of here?
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe, everyone.
Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. And Bruno Fernandes is trash. All right, peace out.
Bruno live now.